tell me a story kind of thing. You can follow us everywhere at bio.link/nonsensical network. You can find all our episodes on our YouTube channel. And of course, don't forget, get some merch. Spread us on you at nonsensical-nonsense.myspreadshop.com and check out our merch. What? Fuck you. Blade started.
I love that. I love that so much, man.
Apparently, when I do it, it's
that gummy is finally starting to kick in too. So everything's going to be a little giggly.
So Chaka,
everything gets better once the gummy kicks in.
Wolverines. Which one?
Okay, so it would be the Hugh Jackman Wolverine. And if my brother's still in the chat, Chris, if you're still here, man, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we were older during this. I think we were in high school age, and I don't know why he wants me to tell us, but it was funny. So I think it was my dad took us out to a restaurant. We had a really nice, I want to say breakfast. I got like pancake and eggs. My brother got his breakfast. My dad got a big old pan steak. My other little brother's there. And we're just doing father-son breakfast. This is what I remember. Chris, tell me if I'm wrong. It was damn near an adult. Okay, yeah. So I think we might have even been moved out already. So we're adults now. And we're hanging out with my dad, eating a good breakfast. And Chris is just being quiet. He's in the corner and he's playing with the spoons and the spoons and the knives, and he's putting them, in his hands like this while we're talking and everything. And then we look over and we have probably had about 20-minute conversations, and Chris is still over there just putting everything like this, grown ass adult. And then we look up at him and he's like, "Look, I'm Wolverine." And he goes, "Ching," and he knocks over orange juice, ruins our whole fucking meal, and breaks the glass, and just doused my dad with orange juice and ruined all. We just got our food, ruined all our milk, and all our pancakes and stuff, and we're just looking at him like, why did you do that? You're a grown man now. and that was the Wolverine story. He said, "Look, Wolverine, shrink," and ruined our dinner.
That actually reminds me of a story. My mom had cooked. She had went out, she had gotten a really good deal on steaks. And she made steaks that night with mashed potatoes, the whole fucking 9 yards, right? And when I was a kid, during dinner, you could not drink soda. You had to drink milk. And I loved milk growing up, so it was no big deal. But I was sitting next to my dad, and I was telling everybody about my day, and I accidentally knocked my milk over, and it spilled all over my dad's plate. Dad didn't miss a beat, dude. He just kept cutting his steak. He's like, "Fuck it, I don't
care." He's paying for it regardless, so he's gonna eat that milk.
That was an easy decision, though. All you got to do is take the plate, give it to you, and then take your fucking dry plate.
And that's what I said. I said, "I'll take it," and he's like, "Fuck you, whatever." I don't care. Well, it might have been. I don't remember if it was steak or my mom, my uncle, my grandfather's brother.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. He had showed us a new way to make pork chops, where you actually take your pork chops, you put them in a Pyrex pan, and you fill that Pyrex pan up with milk just till it's just to the top of the pork chops. Then you sprinkle cornflakes over it and bake them. The juiciest pork chops you'll ever eat.
What is a Pyrex pan?
One of those glass,
the big glass,
like reinforced glass that doesn't shatter.
Did you put it?
Yeah,
that's not true. They definitely shatter.
Well, they can, but they're shatter resistant.
But they won't break when you bake in them.
Yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's false. I've proven it by accident.
Yeah. I have too. Actually.
It might have been those. I don't remember if it was the steaks or if it was pork chops. But Dad just didn't care. He's like, "It's been a long fucking day."
Right? You weren't going to push him off that. He was going to enjoy that if it was the last fucking thing he ever did.
That's right.
It was one of he's got milk in his mashed potatoes. He's like, "Fuck it, you use milk to make mashed potatoes, whatever, But it was like, I had a glass. It had to be like this fucking big, full, and I knocked the whole thing over. It's on his lap. He didn't even move. He was just like, whatever. I was like,
see, the reason that I know that I don't have nearly as much patience as my parents did is because my parents had way stricter rules that we knew really well how to follow at the dinner table. And I just don't fucking care at this point with my kid.
Well, it's funny. It's like what Chaka was saying about his kid calling him a fuck. If I would have said that in any context to my parents, I would not be here today. I would have been dead.
I don't think I ever. I don't think I ever.
Goddamn body.
I don't think I ever did. Maybe I don't think I did though.
Well, I have a question.
We have an answer.
Well, we've all gotten to that age where we remember the stupid shit we did in our teens, where we're kind of pushing the limit of what we can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody ever try to fight their dad?
I mean, we've gotten into some heated arguments. I remember catching the belt one time, catching it, holding onto it, and I thought he was going to kill me. I was like, I cannot let go of this. I can't hold on to this thing for life because this is the only thing keeping me alive.
I refuse to let go forever. We will be buried like this. Because if he gets it free, I will die. No, I remember one time we were actually getting ready to go on a family trip. We were driving out to Chicago to go with family for a family reunion. And my dad and I got into it. And I threw everything I had in my hand down. I said, let's go right here, right now. Worst decision ever. I woke up in the van and we were like an hour down the road.
Yeah.
Because he swung once and I don't remember anything else. And then it was we rode 7 hours in the car, dead fucking silence. Dude.
It's hilarious.
Not saying nothing.
It is hysterical to me just because I live probably like, I don't know, a quarter mile up the road from the local high school. And so a lot of the kids walk by the house a lot on the way to school. And I sit on the porch a lot and I sit and vape and relax, drink coffee, Monster.
Clean your gun.
Yeah. Right.
Excuse
me, do you know which way the high school is? Back the way you fucking came. That was a Family Guy reference. I'm not actually
I don't
racist.
care what anybody says. That's funny as shit.
You guys want to take a gun? You're going to school. School shootings.
But they walk by the house a lot, and they talk so much shit. They're fucking terrible little kids, and they talk like they'd fight an adult. And I'm like, dude, you're 16. I don't think you understand, because I realize now a 16-year-old doesn't handle a shot from a grown man well.
I mean, unless you're a Mike Tyson, a once-in-a-generation person, no.
No. Like, dude, kid, you don't want to fight me. Just fucking walk down the street.
You're going to get ruined.
Have a good day.
Oh, I agree.
But, like, I remember the point at which my dad said, you know what? I'm not going to be hands-on with you anymore. I was 16. I was 16. And I had messed up, and Dad came to my room. I don't even remember what I did. It was probably something to do with like not doing my fucking homework because I hated school. But like he came in, he was like,
we all.
My mom wants me to beat your ass, but I'm just gonna take your phone away because I don't feel like doing that anymore. I was like, huh,
Okay,
got it. That was there you go.
Like when it happened, it didn't register. I was just like, well, I mean. He didn't beat my ass. I guess
that's all what I thought that conversation was going to be like.
Life. And I realized now that like that's when he decided he wasn't going to fucking touch me anymore. It's just like maybe he's good. Maybe
right around the time, it was going to be a whole different way. Like, hey, champ, you know what? You did your best out there today, but you really fucked up. So now I can no longer parent you. Sorry.
I love how you said your dad called you champ. That never happened. I think my dad, when I was between the ages of birth until about 15, my dad said about 4 words to me. So, dude, don't get me wrong. I love my dad.
And I love you. We're not them.
It just wasn't reciprocated. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's one of those things. It's like my dad is just a stoic guy. Like I attribute my dad to like Silent Bob. He doesn't talk very often, but when he does, you're fucking listening because he's got something to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense.
When I was about 13 years old, my brother and I did something stupid. I don't even remember what we did. And my mom, we're having my dad and I had built the basement into a TV room. And we're down there, and mom and dad are giving us hell for it. And mom goes, you know what? Just beat them both. And my dad pulled out a cutting board. Whoa. Had a handle on it. And my brother never got hit that day because he broke the cutting board on my ass. And they laughed so hard at the fact that my ass had taken so many beatings that the cutting board couldn't hold up. And my brother got away scot-free. So my dad, he said, after they got off the ground.
Did you write that wrong later on?
No. You know what they did? They said, from now on, we're never going to hit you again. And I was like, really? We can get away with that? No. We're going to do what your uncle did. You like to work out. And I was like, yeah, I love to work out. I work, I was, on the track team and on the wrestling team and all that stuff. So I used to spend life in the fucking gym. And they said, what? My mom went upstairs and got 2 empty gallons of milk and filled them halfway up for water. And she said, the next time you get in trouble, you're going to stand with your arms out holding these milks. And if they drop, you get another 10 minutes. Oh. I do that to my kids now because I don't like to hit my kids because.
Same.
But I have this thing, like, if my kids fuck up enough, I will reluctantly spank them. Mm-hmm. But I don't like to do it because when I got spanked, I'd sit in my room for 45 minutes going, I'll fucking kill you. And I'm like, one of these days, these kids are going to kill me. So I started doing the milk thing. My kids never fuck up now because after 15, 20 minutes,
I get all my parenting tips from Guantanamo Bay.
Dude.
I said, which one of you didn't flush the toilet?
Which one, motherfucker?
Waterboarding.
Somebody's going to answer or somebody's going to drown. It's one of the two.
I'm at the point now to where I'm just too old to even to get mad. Really, they do something wrong. I'm like,
how old are you? Like 52, 53?
I'm 40. I'm 43. I'm 43. But my dad though.
Why is it no matter what, I'm the oldest motherfucker on here?
Oh, that's the way.
I don't know, dude.
I mean, I'm only a year older.
Lick makes you look young, though.
I know, right?
Have you guys seen the movie Pootie Tang?
Love that movie.
My dad was the Pootie Tang with the belt. The way he did that, it was an art form. He was, and I was like, all right.
You know what?
I don't know.
Culture shock moment.
Oh Jesus!
My wife, very, very Mexican, very, very Italian, but her Mexicanness overwhelms the Italian. That woman can throw a sandal like a boomerang.
Wait, is she part Asian too?
No. In Mexico, especially where I live in Cancun, it's 10,000 degrees outside. Nobody wears fucking tennis shoes. It's too hot. But my wife will literally, I can pop beer cans at 150 yards, no problem, with a gun. My wife can do it with a fucking chancla.
She's a sniper.
Just Jesus Christ.
Just an absolute fucking headhunter.
I've literally seen my wife be in the kitchen and my kids be over here in the corner fucking around, and she'll go right past my face and hit the kid. And I'm like, nice.
I truly believe that is a superpower that's just developed in Hispanic women.
Yes.
When they hit a certain age, you'll just chancla. Just tap it.
Yeah.
My wife's the same way.
But you never want to see my wife and I argue because I'm German Irish and she's Italian Mexican, which means when we fight, world's end. Because neither one of us will ever admit we're wrong.
Don't walk into Jeff's house. It's World War III.
I've literally had my neighbor there's 86 houses in this big horseshoe we live in. And house number 1 is the farthest away from us. I've had the neighbor come over from house number 1 going, dude, you guys okay? What are you talking about? We heard you yelling. I'm like, dude, you're like 100 yards away. He's like, oh, we heard it. I was like,
answer the door dressed as Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's like, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Go about your business.
Now, after that,
one delicious bloodstream going down the side of your face.
Well, after that weekend in jail and I broke my neighbor's arm, nobody fucks with me now. They're like, fuck that little short white guy, because Jesus Christ.
I don't even think Johnny was the one who killed his dog, man. I think it was Eddie.
But Jeff broke his arm and smashed his head on
broke Johnny's arm anyway, dude.
There was 3 cops out here, and I smashed this dude's head on the cop car. Everybody, the entire neighborhood would.
Juan Wick over
the actual fuck.
He killed my dog, dude. He killed my dog.
No way.
I broke his arm and smashed his head on the hood of a cop car.
He fucking deserves it then.
That's what I said. And that's what the
does.
judge
I just
said,
think
too.
that's his.
What did the cops say?
The
They're
cops
like, God
were-
damn it, we got to buff this out now. You fucked it up. Our hood's all messed up.
That's why I ended up going to jail. Not because I broke the dude's arm. Not because I smashed his head
you
into a hood
fucked
of a
up their
car.
cop car.
Because I did it on a cop car
Mhm.
and dented the hood.
Makes sense.
And they're like, we were going to let you go. And I was like, really? I could spend 36 hours in fucking holding cell because you guys' fucking paint job got fucked up? I'll buff it out. I got a buffer. Don't worry about it. And they're like, no, sorry, we can't.
Well, they didn't know that
Head
ahead.
into your own car, dickhead.
No, I love my car too much. You know how hard it is to get a dent out of a fucking fiberglass?
You're like, no,
saying.
officers. I'd rather smash on your fucking hood and be arrested. That's fine.
So,
Just don't-
so when you walked into
don't mess up
when you
my
walked
baby.
into the cell, was it like the movies? You walked in, they're like, "What are you in for?" And you're like, "I smashed a dude's head on a cop car."
No, honestly,
Good arm.
the funny thing is they put me in the drunk tank because anytime you get arrested, you get put in the drunk tank, and if you have 2 options:
Stands to reason.
pay the bill and get out, or stay for 36 hours. And I was like, "How much is the bill?" And they're like, 10,000 pesos. I was like, "I'll see you in 36 hours, boys," because I'm not paying that because I broke some fucking asshole's arm. And so
See you in 36
I get
hours.
in there, and of course, everybody in there speaks Spanish. And I walk in, and they're just like, "What are you in for?" And I was like, "Don't worry about it." And the cop, the one
You just
cop
look
that
him
cop
dead in the
that
eye and
put
say,
me in there.
"Gringo shit."
No. Well, the thing is, like, by the end of the 36 hours, there's like 6 guys in there with me. It's a big cell, and they were just like, we got out. There was 4 of us that got out at the exact same time, and we went out and had a beer because we were just telling stories about how we all got locked up that day, and then
So
we
you
ended
just
up going out and having a beer.
That's the
That's
story.
a very
that's
unique
the story how you
bonding
met Glick, huh?
experience.
Oh, I met Glick in high school. Jesus, you want to talk about crazy people? We were dumb.
Wow, you
No, that
know
was
since high
Jeff's
school?
story about the first time
Yeah,
he's heard the word.
Glick and I
pussy.
met. Funny story about how Glick and I met. So we both went to a trade school. It's like you do half the day as regular high school, and then you learn a trade. We went to the Knox County Career Center, and we had both signed up for the same class. During orientation, my dad was like, "I'm going with you." And I was like, "All right, whatever." But so we get there, and I didn't have my license at the time because I had lost it in a drag race. So we get there, and the minute we walked in, my dad goes, "Tinny, son of a bitch." And I went, What the fuck? And he's like, "I know your teacher. We went to high school together." And I was like, "I'm not getting away with shit in this fucking thing. I am fucked."
That is the smartest thing you could have come to.
Well, no, the best part was when we left.
That's gross.
We got out of class, out of orientation. We got in the truck, and Dad goes, "You fuck up as much as possible. That guy's a fucking asshole, and I'll do anything to punch him in the mouth." Because apparently, this guy in high school was one of those mommy and daddy gave me everything, and I'm richer than you. Fuck you. And my dad has worked for everything in his life, So when I walked into class first day, I see Glick, this giant fucking beast of a boy. And I was like, "Big guy, I'm going to be friends with that dude." And we hit it off like gangbusters.
and he just sets you on his shoulder, and you guys
He's like, "Come with me, little guy. I
Like
got
a
this."
fucking parrot from.
But here's the funny thing. Anybody, our class,
Mega
our
kid
class
from
became
Canaan Spring.
so tight. Because you would in our class, each class in this career center, you would have all your classes together for 2 years. So we've come to knock
That's a
down, drag
long
out
time to
fights.
get to know each other, especially when you're in your adolescence.
We'd come to knock down, drag out fights between the class, and then we'd get, other classes wouldn't fuck with our class because we had 6 giant dudes just like Glick in there that would go fight to the death for each one of us. But these assholes, one day in class, for some reason, and I never participated because I was like, you guys are all 6 foot, 300 fucking pounds. I'm not playing this game. Decided in the locker room, because you get there and you have to go in the locker room and change into your work clothes. These guys decided, because we had about 20 minutes to do so, to start a body-to-body contest in the fucking locker room. For no reason, because everybody thought they were Johnny Badass.
Wow.
Would
And I
you
was
say
like, yeah, I'm not
body to
playing that
body?
They would just box. And the rule was waist up and neck down. And I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this game, boys. I got a hammer. I will pop you on the fucking head. Touch me once.
Fuck it,
But-
not playing.
But, oh my God. Glick and I used to get in so much trouble. Because you put us in the room, you've seen Glick and I on here together. We'd constantly give each other shit. It hasn't changed since high school. They had what they called a children's garden that we were building. And we learned concrete for 2 fucking years. And they decided to take one of those giant satellite dishes, the ones that are like 10 feet across,
Yeah.
and mount it on a pole upside down and put a spiral staircase on it with a platform and grow moss on it to be like for the children's garden, so kids could go up and play in it like a fort.
Sounds awful.
It was actually kind of cool. And we got it all welded up and built, and they were like, we got to paint it. And Glick and I are like, we'll do it. Fucking. And the teacher went, not you fucking two. There'll be paint all over this motherfucker. And we went, what are you talking? We're responsible. No, you're not. Okay. Because they were like, there will be paint everywhere. And we were like, you know what? Fair enough.
Did they end up letting you do it or no?
No. They wouldn't let us fucking near it. Not
They
even
made
remotely.
the best decision possible.
No, well, we had to build these. You remember Lincoln logs?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, those were the best.
We took 8x8 logs, square beams, and we would cut notches. We cut notches out of them with a circular saw, and then you break off the notches. You do a bunch of passes to cut out the notch, and they built these giant forts with them. So he put us on that, and we quickly realized that once you're sawing down about 4 or 5 inches deep, and then you'd have about 25 thin pieces of wood that you'd have to break out. Well, we quickly realized if you swing up at those, they will fly clear across the shop. We turned the game into that, and they only let us do it for 1 day. Then they put us on another project.
Well, did
And
you guys have hard hats? What the fuck's going on there?
Well, we had hard hats. We constantly got in trouble for not wearing because we didn't want to look stupid.
Well, that's the day you want to wear them if you're flinging chunks of
wood across. Oh,
yeah.
Well, the best story ever from those days was the school bought a brand new pressure washer.
Oh shit! And they let you
So
guys have access to it?
Oh yeah, we had access to every tool there, and it came with 9 different tips that you could put on it. And we realized that the small tip, with enough pressure, would cut a 2x4 in half. But what's funny about it? Oh yeah,
no way that
it would cut a
fucking
2x4 in half. It took you about a minute, but it would cut a 2x4 in half.
Doesn't matter. That's gonna be fucked up if you use that on somebody else.
Oh no, Glick did. Glick got in his idea that it would be funny to knock people's hard hats off with it.
Yeah,
Our
maybe
friend
give them brain
Vincent
damage in the
Retard.
process. That's fine.
I mean, idiot.
Our friend Vincent Morian,
Idiot.
to this day, has a C on his head
Oh man.
where Glick hit him in the forehead.
No.
He
shit
watered
you
down
not.
You're a
him.
fuck.
I shit you not. It was the funniest thing ever. We laughed so hard.
Except
to
for
this
the guy
day-
that got the C carved into his forehead.
To this day, we pick on Vinny. We will literally random out of nowhere hit him up on Facebook.
Oh,
I hit him up one day on the show. I was
is
like,
he-
Vinny,
is he
send me
Vinny
a
the cunt?
picture of your forehead. And I showed it on the show like 2 years ago.
That's funny.
That's too much.
We used to do the dumbest shit, man. But like I said, Glick and I have got one of those relationships where we've known each other so long. We know each other's limits. I know when it's time to stop picking on him. He knows when it's time to stop picking on me. Oh, he does. He has a C on his forehead. Like it looks, you know the what is it? The Chicago football helmets logo. It looks like that.
Stop
It's
there.
fake now. It's fake now because it's been like what 20 years, but like it was, you could see it a mile away for like 6 weeks. Just this big old scab.
I don't like that fact, that guy. Get a different fact. That fact made me uncomfortable.
So,
Oh, it's
what
hilarious.
my brother said, he said that I have a C on my forehead too. I do have a mark on my forehead from him. When we were younger, we were playing Nintendo, and we had bunk beds, and I don't think I was letting him play or something. So he went to get on the top bunk bed, and he kicked me in the head barefoot, and his big toenail stuck in my forehead.
Jesus.
So his little nasty ass toenail was stuck in my. That's why I have a C on my forehead.
Dude, for life, I would give that guy every Christmas a new pair of toenail clippers. For life.
Yeah.
My brother and I had bunk beds for a while. You remember those old milk crates from school when they would bring those little cartons of milk you get for lunch?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My parents had one, and I was up on the top bunk, and my brother and I were throwing shit at you. And I got mad, and I threw the milk crate at him, and it landed on his forehead. And the corner took out a chunk out of his forehead where you could see bone. And I tried my damnedest to get that kid to stop crying before mom and dad found out. I think I was like 12.
No, you're okay. It's okay. You're fine.
Like, you're fine. We'll get you a fucking Band-Aid. You have any one of my toys, man. Don't say. And of course, mom and dad heard him crying.
Let me put a Band-Aid on your
Well,
skeleton.
yeah, I wonder why. You just tried to scalp him. I can't imagine.
That it was like the hardest plastic ever, and this milk crate was like this fucking big. It was huge. And I dropped it on his forehead like it was nothing. I think it would be funny.
Those milk crates, dude, I can imagine that. You hit that thing in the corner, that'd do some damage.
And oddly enough, the milk crate had been thrown around enough to like for the years we had it, that all the corners were super sharp.
Oh.
Oh.
When my brother and I were kids, we were outside. It was wintertime, and it had like fresh snow. And we're outside throwing snowballs at each other. My dad had this old silver Oldsmobile that had the steel frame and everything was like super fucking hard. There was zero give to it.
Right.
My brother decided he was going to hide from me while I was throwing snowballs. He was going to hide behind that. And he went to duck down, and he didn't fucking back up far enough away from the car and broke half his fucking tooth off. And all I saw was his face smack into the car, and I heard him cry. And when I hear my older brother cry, I'm like, fuck, he's about to beat my
That's
ass.
a rough one. Holy shit.
So I ran inside as fast as I could, closed the door, and locked the door. And he's like, for 5 minutes straight, he's on the other side of the door beating the shit out of it. Just suffering, the poor guy.
But you got to think that could have been your face, bro.
There was blood everywhere. There was blood all over his fucking shirt and everything. I felt like such a bad person. I was standing there going, like
I thought it was my fault. It was your own fucking fault.
I thought he was gonna kill me. Not that he was in
he
pain.
would have. He would have gotten to you.
My dad, one day, his buddy came up. My dad has always had a boat. fishing boat. And his buddy came over one day and wanted to go fishing with him. So they took the boat and this dude had this really nice fucking van. One of those 70s style vans with the airbrush on the side, Krager SS Chrome Mags. I mean, he had money in this thing. And I think I was like 10, and I found an awl, like a leather awl, in the garage, and I was playing with it. And for no reason whatsoever, I decided to puncture this guy's tires all the way around.
Wait. There's some backstory there.
What?
For no reason whatsoever.
No reason.
I used to play with, my dad had every tool you would ever need or want. And I would constantly be building
pop
stuff.
some tires.
And I was, like I said, I was like 9 or 10. And I was pretending like I was working on this van because it was a really cool van. And for no reason whatsoever, I started seeing if the awl would go through the tire. And it went through all 4 plus the spare. It was $900 worth of tires.
No
Mickey
shit.
Thompson 50s
You popped
all the way
off
around.
plus the spare. Wow.
It had the spare on the back. They were raised white leather Mickey Thompson tires. They were
how the fuck did you live?
$300 a piece.
I was gonna say you deserve to have your ass beat for that one.
Did you say
Nobody
raised
knew it was me.
they were the white walls?
No, raised white leather.
Oh.
So basically the white wall, but the letters are white.
Yeah. Damn,
Yeah.
man.
And Mickey Thompson's. Yeah, we're talking like 1989.
It's like,
Like,
least you
like
got 'em all.
nobody
At least you got 'em
sells
all.
Mickey Thompson's locally. You have to order them special.
So did you have a
and you
set
pop
time
all 4
every-
plus the spare?
All 5
What
tires.
the
dude.
fuck?
They're $350 a piece.
Oh my god!
I thought I was gonna die. Nobody ever found out. Nobody found
What?
out. Oh, well, you got to remember, I lived on 27 acres of woods. I hid out in the woods for 3 days. I had a
What
fort
the
out in the woods,
fuck?
and I went out and
would
lived
too.
in the woods
Are
for
you
3
out of your
fucking days.
Mind?
My dad had no idea where my fort was, and he'd go out and he's screaming, "I know you're fucking out there. Don't come back."
Don't come back.
Like,
You've
fair
already
enough.
been put up for adoption, and
Wow,
we've
dude.
accepted several offers.
Dude, I would
That's
have
actually
given
pretty
you
funny.
an alarm clock that went off at the same time each day so that you knew when you were going to get your ass beat.
Yeah.
For like the
Yeah.
next month and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
They had
hard
no
to hear.
idea. They didn't. I think they knew it was me, but I never really got in trouble for it because they couldn't
Get off
prove
the
it.
farm then JR. No one needs your
dodged a
negativity.
big ass bullet.
It was fucking insane, dude.
I mean, I hope
you
you still
know,
get punched in the face for that.
I think later on in life I
Is he-
told my dad about it.
Is your dad still alive?
I hope
yeah.
it was way later in life because that kind of rage doesn't.
So do
dissipate
you think he's
quickly.
found out by now or no?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
We
He
should-
knew then.
We should
couldn't
call him
prove
and
it.
confirm.
I
Hey,
know-
Dad,
good
you remember
content right
that time when all 5 tires
Hey,
blew?
remember that one time?
conspicuously for no
the
real
worst
I
reason?
do remember. I do remember hearing them. The spare too.
The spare too. Honestly,
echoing through the valley.
Not that it would, if you flattened all 4, not that the spare would help, but just knowing that is your safety blanket has been compromised.
If
Oh,
I can
yeah.
have 1-wheel drive, we're good.
I can just picture your 9-year-old self trying to light a fire in the woods, and you hear the spare too, and he's like, "Fuck, he found it."
Fuck, I gotta kill
Get
another
out.
deer because I'm gonna be out
Shit,
here
shit,
for a
shit,
lot
shit.
longer
I left
than
my
I
binky
thought.
at the house. Fuck.
I left my binky.
Oh,
So
man.
outrageous.
I mean, this thing had everything on it. Had the side pipes, full mural. I mean, this guy had spent money.
I like what Steve says down here. He said one day he's gonna punch you in the face, and when you get mad, he's just gonna say Mickey Thompson.
Mickey Thompson. Fair enough. Different service.
That
So.
is so spot on. Fucking all 4 plus the spare. That's
I do remember my dad.
Jeff's dad
I mean,
was
since
about
we're
to be
talking
on
about
that
dad stories.
episode of True crime.
We used to have a big old LTD. Remember those cars, like a tank?
Oh yeah,
It was a green LTD.
like 400 meters long.
Yes, this is the same house where me and my brothers destroyed. This same house. Well, my dad did some damage to it too. in the back of the house.
You guys went alone, huh?
There's a car garage. The brakes went out, and my dad drove into the house. He ended up into the washroom, almost to the kitchen. And I was sitting there, the whole house shook. I'm sitting there watching The Simpsons as a kid, and the whole house shook. And I was like, what the hell? And I look in the kitchen, and I see my dad. And he's like this. And half the car, I was like, what? And I start laughing. And here comes my mom. Boom, she hits me for laughing. So I sat back down. But ever since then, all the kids in the neighborhood, they would
you got knocked back down.
Yeah. They'd make fun of me because they would say your dad made a drive-through window at your house.
Sorry,
you get out of the car to eat.
I've been laughing since before the punchline because I keep reading that guy's comments.
Right.
But I'm not gonna put him on the show because this is the serious.
Right. Right.
Like Michael Bathurst guys are gonna be in here going, "This is not spiritual at all. What the fuck?"
No, anything with a vehicle, I used to get in trouble with. I got in trouble one time for drag racing the police chief down our hometown main strip.
Okay.
I was dating his daughter.
I hear a story there. Let's go.
So when I was 14, I did a summer job for my uncle. My grandfather started a business. My uncle took over when grandfather died. And on the summer, I would go and help out. I got paid a normal everyday wage, just like if he was 30 and took the same job. And I was working on this one guy's house, and I walk in and I asked the guy, I said, "Hey, what's up? What's the car underneath the tarp over there?" He says, "Oh, that fucking thing. My son bought that in high school. He was going to fix it up and make it cool. He's in college now. He's a senior in college. It's still there. Hasn't moved." I said, "What is it?" It's a 1969 Chevelle. I said, "How much you want for it?" He says, "I'll give you $20 to take it." I said, "It'll be gone by the end of the day." Called my pops. I said, "Hey," called him on the radio because we had radios in the truck. I said, "Hey, you're done for the day, right?" "Yeah." "Grab the trailer, your truck, and meet me at this address. I'll give you $20. Signed the title by the time Dad got there and handed my dad the $20 and wrenched it up on the truck. By the time I was 16, I had the car on the road. 900 horsepower. And
best $20 you ever fucking spent.
It didn't even cost me anything. Basically got the car for free. And worked on it every day after school. Every waking minute, I was wrenching on this car. And I was dating the sheriff's daughter, Darcy. We're out cruising. And I pull up at the light. Now, my hometown, 2,000 people total. Very Leave It to Beaver fucking Mayberry RFD.
Uh-huh.
And we're sitting at the light, and a cop car pulls up next to me. And she's like, and she leans over, "Hi, Dad." And he's like, "What a piece of shit." Because he was a Ford guy and he's driving his Crown Vic. And I said, "I bet you anything I'll smoke that little fucking cop car of yours." And he's like, "It's noon on a Wednesday."
No.
So let's do it. I said, "Let's do it, pussy."
No.
He turns on his lights.
Get the fuck out of here.
We go right up Main Street. And as we get past the courthouse, the mayor is standing on the corner.
This sounds like an episode of Dukes of Hazzard, bro.
I swear to God. And she just literally, she stands there and he slows back and pulls behind me. And then he goes up, "Pull it over." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And he gets out of the car. He's like, "The mayor just called me. We got to go to her office."
Oh, you got called to the principal's office is what you're saying.
Yeah, we got called. And she's like, "You fucking assholes. What are you doing?"
That's your people.
Like,
that's the people they hired.
He said, "No, I was trying to pull him over and he was getting away."
Oh, what?
And I was like, and his daughter goes, "Not true." And he's like, "You're grounded." And the mayor was like, "If I see it again, I'm firing you and getting you." It was like school was in, and we were just out of school because we had skipped school that day. And it was one of those things where we didn't get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
But everybody, like, if I did anything in that car in my hometown, everybody knew who did it. It was a black 69 Chevelle with purple racing stripes. And he'd show up at my house. What are you doing? What? I don't know what you're talking about. The engine's still warm, dickhead. Why is there burnouts all the way up Main Street? I don't fucking know. It wasn't me.
The engine's still warm, dickhead. Love it.
The motor's still ticking. You know, I used to get in trouble in that car all the time.
God, at 16, I didn't even have a car at 16. I didn't get my first car till 18, I believe. It was a truck.
Well, my parents had a rule. I'll feed you. I'll clothe you. I'll put a roof over your head. You want something else? Get a job by it yourself.
Yeah.
So my parents never bought me a car. If I wanted something cool, I had to get a job and pay for it myself. And I'm going to do the same thing to my kids. Yep. It's one of those things, you know. But you know,
it's lived better when you earn it. It's better when you earn it.
Yeah, I moved out. I was out on my own, had my own apartment at 17. 17. That way my 18-year-old hears me.
Right. Well, like 3 days after high school, not even, no, I think it was like 3 weeks. 3 weeks after high school, I was off to the Navy.
Oh, really?
And then I didn't see. We're just telling stories tonight, Bathurst. If you want to come on up, buddy. Kind of knocking the dust off our minds while we kind of discuss whatever. But yeah, I was off to the Navy. I didn't come back to the States. I spent 1 year in the States in boot camp, then Buds, and then I was all over the world.
Yeah. My daughter's in the Navy right now. She's been to Sasebo, Japan. She was in Italy. She's a corpsman, and now she's with the Marines out in the middle of the desert somewhere. And you know they're roughing it, but they take care of her. She's hooked up. She's the only medical, so she's like chilling and always sending me pictures. I was like, go do something, go work, do something.
Well, Blaze was in the Air Force, and I constantly give him shit about it because I was like, so you sat behind a desk? He's like, he was humping bombs around and stuff like that. I was like, you were in the Air Force. You sat behind a fucking desk. Don't lie.
Yeah, so like when it comes to building their shelters and stuff, you know, the Marines are doing all the work, and then my daughter just sitting in like a little AC unit.
Yeah, must be rough. I worked for a living when I was in the Navy.
Yeah.
But after the first 12 of 24 weeks in Buds, the Air Force was looking good, boy. You couldn't pay me to do Buds again, especially now. I'm too fucking old and decrepit.
Lazy, did you do any military? Yeah, no.
Mm-mm.
I know. Yeah, I never asked. I didn't know if you were in the Navy. No.
Did you?
Way too much of a pansy.
No, I never was in the military. That's why I'm surprised that my daughter went. My grandpa was the only one in my family that was military. He was in the Navy. And my daughter, out of the blue, she had a full ride to college. She had a whole college lined up, graduated high school, and she was very, very sheltered, spoiled the crap out of my daughter. So I thought she's going to college.
As
and then all of a sudden she's like, well, I'm going to the Navy. I was like, yeah, whatever. You don't even know how to use a bank card yet. And she said, no, and then there she goes. She left. I was like, holy crap. She's about to learn.
Yeah, no, she turned into a badass probably overnight too.
She did turn into a badass. She's taken she's turned into a badass.
You know what the most fucked up thing I ever heard in the military is? Even before I left for basic. I did what's called delayed entry. So my first year of high school, I was already in the Navy. But every day after school, I would have to go to the Navy office and help with recruiting. And part of the delayed entry program, every weekend you would go to the Navy office, the recruiting office, and you'd learn something new. That way you could actually jump up rank before you even go to basic.
Oh, wow.
And my recruiter, his daughter had just gotten out of basic. And somebody that was thinking about joining asked, how in shape will I get when I'm in basic? And this dude said something that has stuck with me forever. He says, well, my daughter just got out of basic and you can bounce a quarter off her ass. I laughed so fucking hard. And he goes, what? I said, dude, that's your daughter. He said, It's true. She's fucking fit as fuck. And I was like, it's your daughter.
That reminds me of back in the day when Jessica Simpson's dad talked about her boobs, and it was the most awkward thing ever.
Right.
Like, dude,
Well, yeah, but
why
he
you
was
talk-
he was
why
mainly
you
saying
talking
the
about
reason
that?
why didn't she start out as like a Christian singer or something like that? And the reason why she wasn't doing well of it is because her boobs were too big.
Oh, Jessica Simpson. I don't know her backstory.
Well, I just
What?
remember him talking about her double D boobs. That was a narrative back.
It might have been right after, right? Yeah, because I
It
saw
might
an
have been.
interview with him a long time ago where right after she had done Dukes of Hazzard, he's like, it's so weird to see your daughter slathered up on it was soap and laying all over the General Lee. And I was like, dude, you were in the room for that? I'd have been like, yeah, I'll be out here drinking myself to death.
Exactly.
My little girl's half naked on the General Lee.
I'm gonna go medicate this with liquids, so don't bother me.
It would just, I'd be like, I used to like Dukes of Hazzard, and then you were in it, and
right? Now I'll never watch it again. I'll never watch it the same way again.
Yeah.
No, being in the military, and Connor, he was in 2 different branches because he's stupid.
How you pull that one off? 2 different branches.
He got out and then re-upped into a different branch because he's.
And that was an option.
Oh, it's always an option. I actually, when I got out, I got calls from the Marine Corps. I got calls from the Air Force. I got calls from all of them. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not doing this.
No.
How long were you
my
in?
MLS? 4 years. I just did 4 years, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Can't do it anymore.
God, it was I think my daughter's going on her 6th year. Let's see. 18, 19, 20, 21, 2. Yeah, she's going on her 6th year.
No, dude.
Damn. That's crazy. That's dedication.
Well, you know what the beauty of
that's a lot.
The best part about the military that they don't tell you. I mean, they tell you, but you don't really believe it. You can see the world. I mean, you got to work for it, but when you get like, I was in Japan for like 3 weeks, and I was like, I'm not going to stay on base. And a buddy of mine and we rented an apartment above a restaurant, and we ate like kings for 3 weeks because the owner, who owned the apartment as well, he'd be like, hey, I got all this lobster left over. You guys want it? Fuck yeah.
Oh, you got to be like the dump tanks where they're like, we got all this extra shit that's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be amazing.
I mean, he would come up and give us like 15 fucking lobsters a night for 2 people.
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
To the point where when I moved here, because right after I got out of the Navy, I moved here. Like,
you had to go back to fucking ramen, and you're like,
No,
God damn it.
I came back here, and my girlfriend at the time was like, hey, let's go to the seafood restaurant. I was like, yeah, I'm done with seafood for a while.
You're so cashed out on that shit. When you're getting it for free every fucking night.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like, if you take your favorite food every single day for 3 weeks, you're like, you know what? I need something different.
No, it totally makes sense. Totally makes sense.
The only thing I miss about the military is, the camaraderie in the military is just, it's second to none. And the stories we tell on here are nothing to the shit you hear in the military. Like, your daughter has heard some of the most fucked up shit on the planet, and she's like, yeah. So it's Wednesday. Got it.
So it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy and I, we were in Thailand, and we were in Thailand for 2 weeks, and every morning we would go out and sit at a cafe and just have a coffee and watch the dudes coming home going, like, you took home a tranny, didn't
you? Now me and my daughter, we get together. Okay, so I'm in law enforcement, so I cuss I cuss all the time. I was the only one in my family that really had a bad mouth like that until my daughter went to the military. And then she comes back, and we're just fuck, all,
Curse words are a prerequisite in the military.
Oh my God, I'm struggling so much with trying to clean up my fucking language because my kids are getting old enough that they're like, hey, I know that's a bad word, but Dad keeps saying it.
Yeah.
I want to be cool like Dad.
Dude, I've
Fuck
been out of
you,
the Navy.
everybody.
I've been out of the Navy almost 20 years, and I still curse like a sailor.
Yeah.
My wife's just like, fuck it, I'm used to it, whatever. She's like, don't talk like that around the kids for like the first year. And then she's like, you know what? I don't care. They've heard it now.
I'm taking a college course right now that's communicating professionalism. And the question that was asked last week was, you know, what do you think your biggest flaw is when it comes to professionalism? Like, I can't keep a clean mouth. Like, I'm gonna cuss up and down. Like, I could be at an interview and I slip up and like, oh shit, oh
yep.
Like,
you know, it's funny
that's not very fucking professional. And she's like, what can you do to be better about this? I don't fucking know, dude.
we have a
lady.
There's an older lady who lives across the street. Her name's Juanita. Really sweetheart, right? It talks like an older lady you would imagine. I was cussing the other day. She slipped and fell, and we went to help her, and she said something, and I was cussing away. I was like, Juanita, you good? Did you slip on the fucking? You slipped on the fucking shelf? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. I was like, fuck. My wife. I was like, I gotta stop, man.
No, the hardest part about me is the not cursing every day, because I literally will, like I said, I will curse just as much as I did in the Navy. But my job, I spend all day on the phone with businesses. So it's like, I literally have to write a script. So I read it word for word.
Yeah, put that business voice on.
He starts to daydream. So yeah, you can add the fucking thing onto your card when you do this.
Fucking send it, dude. I'll send you a fucking email about it. How's that? Oh, I mean, we'll send you an email, and no, I struggle with it daily. It's gotten better, but like Connor called me out today. Well, we were talking on Snapchat before we started about tonight, because we had the motorsports show and then this show, and Chris couldn't make it. And I was like, yeah, I'll be up there. And Connor's like, you don't have to be so professional all the time. I was like, oh yeah, fuck you.
Like he sent like a voice note, and the way that he sounded like he was in a job interview. It's just like, dude, what is this, NBC4 or what the fuck?
I've been up since 8 on the phone. I've been up since 8 on the phone. Just
I find so much enjoyment in watching older, like the elderly generation of people right now, say cuss words when you don't expect it.
Oh, I love
like those older people that like they look so infallible, and like they're always so clean and nice and gentle, and then they're doing a puzzle and they can't find the right place, and they call the fucking puzzle piece a cocksucker.
I have a friend here in town. I call her my Cancun grandma. She's an older lady from Virginia. She was my neighbor when I was with my ex. And I go over to her house every once in a while, just shoot shit. And out of nowhere, I'll say something. She'll just look at me and go. And it's the funniest thing to see like a 70, 80-year-old woman flip you off. I never stop laughing. It is the funniest thing. And I'm like, Jesus, Jane, what the fuck? She's like, what are you going to do? And she was a school teacher for years. So like anytime I type something out, I'll send it to her first. Jane, what do you think of this? That's very professional. You've gotten better. Thank you. I'm sending this out to a fucking client.
Thank you.
Thank God for ChatGPT.
Send her the middle finger emoji. Thank you.
There's a photo online. It's one of those memes. It's an old lady flipping everybody off. I'll send it to her all the time. And then she'll send me a photo back of her doing that. She cracks me up.
My wife just came in with some beer. God, she loves me.
God love her.
Yeah, sorry. I was away from the keyboard there for a second. My wife brought home Taco Bell. I was over here trying to smash it as fast as I could so I could get back on the podcast.
I went and got chicken today. I got paid today, and I was like, I'm getting I'll be back.
Would you get chicken?
I got me a rotisserie chicken, man. I'm here by myself. I'm gonna eat that whole fucking thing.
With a 3-liter of Coke with him.
No, I bought a 1.5 liters.
Liter of cola.
Bought 2 of them. No, but like,
why is that vacuumed?
Is it for carbonation reasons?
I just crush it as I hold it. These are so flimsy that, like, if they got more liquid in it, they get.
It's like you just hold up to my hand. You just squeeze the Coke into your mouth.
Yeah.
Like one of those sports bottles.
Yeah. Well, it's better than what I was doing the other day.
Watching the players just.
Blaze and I were doing Terrifier 3 on Nonsensical the other day, and my wife was watching, and she says, "Stop drinking out of the fucking Coke bottle. You look like a Neanderthal." She sends me this in a message. So I grab one of my energy drink cans and I start pouring the Coke in it. Because I was too lazy to get up and go get a glass out of the kitchen. It's 5 feet away.
I was gonna actually jump on and check that out too, but we ended up we had a cool ass day. Barbecued and sat out by the fire in the back. Kids came over. So
dude, you've seen Texas Brian on here, right?
I haven't seen Texas Brian.
The barbecue king of.
Oh yes, I have seen him.
God, yes.
I found a video and I sent it to him. I said, "Dude, if you don't make this, I'm gonna be pissed." They took chicken legs, and they how you do what's the tomahawk steaks?
Oh, so he made chicken lollipops?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the chicken lollipops. I sent it to Brian. I said, "Dude, if you don't make this, I'm gonna be pissed."
Yeah.
And he's like, "On it." And I was like, "You're a dick." It's a good thing I don't live close to that dude. I would be 400 pounds tomorrow.
Does he throw down though? Is that what he does? He's a barbecue?
If you ever are on Snapchat and you friend him, you will get nothing but videos and pictures of him smoking briskets the size of me.
It's like twice a week too.
Yeah, it's like
if I lived closer to him, there would be lots of parties. It would be a great time.
Like I was literally
no way.
If I ever become a billionaire,
2 briskets a week.
I'm gonna tell Brian. I'm gonna call Brian and be like, "Quit your job. You're moving to Cancun, and you're gonna cook for me every fucking night. I'll buy you the biggest fucking barbecue you want. I'll buy you the house next door. I'm a billionaire. I don't care, but you're gonna cook all the fucking time, and I'm gonna be 400 pounds by the end of the month." Because, dude, he'll send you a video of him cutting a brisket. And it's just falling apart as he's cutting. You're like, "You're fucking dick. I'm so hungry." Next thing you know, you're ordering 400 things from fucking Uber Eats.
City barbecue.
Yeah. Well, we were watching that Terrifier 3 and they're eating Chinese spare ribs in it. And Blaze and I both went, "Damn, that sounds good."
I actually haven't had Chinese spare ribs in the longest time.
I walked past the Chinese restaurant today on my way to the store and I went, "No, not going to do it. Not going to do it."
I mean, the closest we come, we get Panda Express every now and then.
Cancun's weird. Well, Mexico in general. There's a shit ton of Asians that move here and open up these. They do it in the supermarkets. The supermarkets like Walmart and stuff will have little kiosks in the front by the checkout that are little restaurants, and they literally call it Chinese food. And they sell the Chinese food buffet, where it's like you pick 2 mains and a side dish of rice and their noodles for like $10.
It's probably a huge serving too, huh?
Oh my God, dude. I'm like, how am I supposed to carry this? I don't have a truck with me.
Yeah. We have a couple of those.
Truck.
There's times where I'm like, I gotta go back in the store and buy a wheelbarrow because
that's a good problem to have.
And it's like I said, it's not expensive, but you eat it and then you instantly fall asleep. Like instantly. It's like
and you can never finish more than half of it.
Oh yeah, and well, that's the problem I have right now. I need to buy a new fridge because mine died. So I was like, I'll just put it in the fridge. No, I can't put it in the fridge. I guess I won't buy it today.
Soul Train says the dude on the bottom left played in the movie Powder. Did you play in the movie Powder, Lazy?
I mean, I'm glad he recognized my starring role. I think I got
That movie's
Emmy
so
or
weird.
Grammy.
I forgot about that movie. What did he have? Some kind of power or something?
Yeah,
He was allergic to lightning.
Was it lightning? I thought it was the sun.
It was lightning.
I know he was afraid of it. He was afraid of lightning or something.
He had like 30 fucking what do you call them on your
lightning rods?
Your house? Lightning rods. Thank you. He was. Just
I remember
like
he touched somebody and knocked them the fuck out with touch.
He had some kind of power.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
When you have a fucking taser,
you were in it. Tell us about it.
Yes, you lived it.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I mean, it was
I think I saw that movie once.
Great movie.
I remember watching the preview for it going, "Good, this is gonna be an amazing movie." And I saw it and I was like, "Eh."
I thought it was okay. I mean, it wasn't. I don't. It wasn't. I mean, I forgot it.
Chaka. So. I mean, I was hoping to rely on you for votes for.
I've never seen it. Otherwise, I would tell you it was awesome.
It's one of those weird movies. It was big when it came out and then instantly forgettable.
Yeah, forgettable. Yeah. So do better, Lazy.
I'm gonna pretend that I'm not. I'm gonna not.
In the remake, when they do the remake and you're hired again, do better. Ask for better lines.
Yeah,
it's Hollywood. They'll do it. They'll remake it eventually.
Something like I'm tired of all these snakes.
My lines were great the first time around. I can't help it.
That movie was amazing. I love
Snakes
that movie.
on the Plane. It was
Everybody gave
Samuel
it
Jackson made it good, I guess. But
anybody else in that movie would have been completely stupid.
Yeah,
Snakes on the Plane was actually a decent movie. I wasn't mad.
He does that. He does that jacket flip whenever he turns around. Tired of all these motherfucking snakes.
I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. He was proud of that movie, boy.
I mean, what else do you need in life, Thor? Samuel Jackson just fucking roasting people.
We are starting to run low on time here, gentlemen.
I was just thinking that myself. I need to go to bed. I'm fucking fried.
Yeah, it's fucking 8:30 here, but Anyway, Jeff, you got anything fun to say?
No, I'm too tired.
Neither do I.
Life is hard. Get over it.
Yeah. Chaka, any
Life's not a dick. Don't take it so hard. There you
go. Any good last words from you there, Chaka?
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna read Ted's thing. He said Powder had a genetic abnormalities that gave him psychic powers, electromagnetic powers, but had the skin
electricity.
That's that. I'd like to keep that as my final statement.
There you go. Dropping knowledge on people.
I'm stoned, and that fucked with me.
Fucking nail him in that knowledge, Chaka.
You guys are gonna make me watch this fucking movie.
You and Teddy
again.
making it happen.
You guys are gonna make me watch this fucking movie again.
Jedi, any last words?
Nope. Just watch out, motherfuckers. You never know when this lightning bolt's gonna hit you.
Way to lean into it. Way to lean into it.
Nice. I've never been threatened by someone so posh. That was the nicest threat. That was so sweet.
That's gonna be. I'm gonna call Lazy up tomorrow and be like, "Tell me a story so I can go to bed because you're so sweet."
that threat felt like a warm hug. Thank you.
It was. You know what? Because that's what it feels like when you get electrocuted. It's really warm for a minute.
A warm hug. This feels like a warm hug.
Yeah.
Next time you
like a really, really tight one.
For a minute until you burst into flames. God damn it.
Chaka, if you ever have to tase somebody, just be like, "Don't worry, this is a warm hug."
It's just a warm hug.
He throws gay lightning bolts. There you go.
Oh wow!
Oh, fuck.
Wrap it up, Connor. Let's go.
You
Alright.
guys
Out of
keep
control.
fucking
Out
me
of
up.
control.
I've got nothing fun to say. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all the things that you go look at things. Do that.
Yeah.
Go see us. Like us. Share us if you love us. If you don't share us, then fuck you.
Fuck you
there's
guys.
that link. There's that link. Jeffy, help me out here.
Yeah. bio.link/nonsensical network. You can find all our info. And of course, don't forget to go and get some of our merch and spread us on you.
Yes, Sling Blade.
Sling blade.
I'm glad you got the reference. I was
was
just trying to
good.
be creepy, but whatever.
Hey, don't worry.
Don't
You did a
forget-
great job of being creepy. He just did a better job
I'm very
promoting
good
your shit.
don't forget,
right.
Mondays is Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations and Men Caring for Men, just like this show we did tonight. Tuesdays, Glick's House of Music, where Glick's talking to musicians. Wednesdays, we do What the Fuck News. If it makes you say what the fuck, we're going to talk about it. Thursday, every other Thursday,
like
Cash's Corner. Fridays is Nonsense and Chill, where Blaze and I watch movies and talk about them. And Saturdays, of course, we do the Nonsensical Nonsense Open Door Challenge, where you can come up and we'll give you shit. Sundays, Unnecessary Roughness with Glick and the gang, where they talk foodie football, and occasionally Jeff's Garage when I can be bothered.
See, there's
Hit the
no
button.
fucking way. There's no fucking way I was gonna remember all that.
Dude, all you gotta do is fucking read it.
Motherfucker.
It's at the bottom of your screen.
What did you just throw at me? Fuck you. I'm about to end the stream.
Hit the button.
All right. Chaka, thanks for coming
listening.
up.
Thanks for
Lazy
watching.
Jedi. Lazy Jedi. Fuck. Have a good night.
Words are
Later.
hard, right, buddy?
I know they don't want me to make it, they don't want me. Hell raised little boy brought up, Carolina making noise, everybody stomping around, hallelujah, jump for joy, this is just the southern way, Mason shine jars filled up with that southern grape. Oh, I've been down this road before. Oh, I don't know which way to go. Don't get confused, little boy, they'll use you up. This thing they callin' love, they'll misplace your trust. Long dirt roads and I can't find my way home. Cold blood lies and lonely stone the nights with your wheels in the moon. So grab your beers and come home. It's that campfire cologne. I know they don't want me to make it, they don't want me. They don't want me. They don't want me to make it, they don't want me to make it. I know they don't want me to make it, they don't want me. They don't want me. They don't want me to make it, they don't want me to make it. Don't get confused, little boy, they'll use you up. This thing they callin' love, they'll misplace your trust. Long dirt roads and I can't find my way home.